Hi guys, it's me Julius and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out some new viral no glue slime recipes that have gone viral, and we're going to be seeing which of these recipes work. Today's notification squad shoutouts go to Payosh Pollock, The World of Eli, and also Ali Games. Okay, so the first no glue slime recipe I'm going to be testing out today is a perfume slime recipe that a lot of you guys have wanted me to test, and this recipe comes from a YouTube channel that is quite controversial, and that YouTube channel is Troom. I honestly am not fully educated on why Troom is controversial, other than like maybe clickbaity stuff. But they did a little snippet inside of a video that said if you take ice and add perfume to it and put salt in it, it makes like a slimy substance that's like slime that you can play with, but it's perfume. And salt, it is supposed to make slime. So we are going to be seeing if this works at all. So I used a full bottle of perfume and then I poured it into my bowl of ice and water, and then I added in the salt on top of the perfume. And this is supposed to make slime, and I honestly have no idea why it's supposed to make slime, but in the Troom video it did. So I guess we're seeing if this works right now, and it's kind of too late to go back. So let's do a little guess. Is this gonna work, or is this? And I know I've had my share of controversy too, but I'm gonna guess that this has to work at least to some extent, because why would they even create this piece of content if there's not any sort of truth to the fact that this method could possibly do something interesting?
Whoa.
For some reason, when I did put my hands into the ice, it was like a little bit of slime or something. It was thickened, and it definitely wasn't the same texture as actual perfume. But let me see if I can get a better close-up just to show you guys more and see if you guys can observe anything interesting. Well, the next recipe we're going to be testing isn't necessarily like a recipe, but I wanted to test a method that people have commented, saying that if you have a shampoo that doesn't really activate super well, you can sometimes add acrylic paint, and that will help a lot, and you will get like a really nice soap slime. So this is for you guys that are having not the best of luck sometimes with a certain soap you have at home with making slime. So we are going to be trying this out right now. So in my bowl, I added in some shampoo, and then I started adding in the acrylic paint. And the acrylic paint I got from Target, and I got it because it's like the exact color of milk tea boba, which I'm obsessed with, and so I thought it would be the perfect scenario to make kind of like a bubble tea slime, because we're using a clear shampoo, so it has like a little bit of transparency to it. But basically, you're supposed to still add in salt because it dries it out, but the paint will make it more holdable if your shampoo is just like not activated and it's like a mess. So I added in the salt and I mixed everything up, and then I poured it into the container. But first I actually added in the little bobas, which are black pom-poms, and then I poured it into the container, sorry. But basically I just put it in this little mason jar container, which I bought on Amazon sometime last year, and I poured in my slime mixture into the container. So I had to wait from Saturday till I guess it's Friday night, so like kind of like a school week for this to clear up, and there was two very distinctive like differences in its appearance. For one, the bobas, aka the black pom-poms, floated to the top, which I was a little sad about, and for two, it was pretty clear. Like for adding in acrylic paint, it somehow turned more clear. I guess it could have been because there was like air bubbles trapped in it before that made me think it was more of a solid color, but it definitely turned more clear. And also filming this was of course an excuse for me to get another bubble tea, because obviously like I need the bubble tea in the background as like a set prop. But no, the slime did work. I don't know if I can confirm that this works to thicken a soap that doesn't activate properly, but I do think the slime was pretty good, and I do, of course, love the boba slime, so this was a success in my mind. Okay, so next up, we are going to be testing out a shampoo slime recipe. So for this, I'm going to be using some Suave shampoo, and this is this clear blue one. I'm sure you guys have seen me use the clear blue Suaves before, but I just added it into this little plastic container that had a lid. And basically the one different thing we're going to be doing for this method is we're not going to be over mixing it. So for certain times, I've heard that if you mix it a lot, it gets thicker, but apparently if you try to mix it for like 30 seconds or less, and everything is completely mixed, then apparently you can get a thicker texture. So we're gonna see if we get a thicker no glue soap slime by doing this. This slime was fully crystal clear just after 1 day of waiting, so it did not take much time at all to clear up, and it was so touchable. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I could completely touch it and poke the soap without it sticking to me, and the slime was just very good. And I honestly do think it has to do with not over mixing the soap and the salt together, because as you guys can see, this turned out so well, and I will never get over the fact that soap slimes are just literally so cool. Okay, so the next recipe we're going to be testing out is this Dove paper water slime recipe. So we are going to be seeing if this works. Basically, what we need is a piece of paper, some water, and also Dove Ivory White soap. And I think it's pretty specific to this exact type of soap. And I know if you're like just grabbing the soap out of like your kitchen or something, you might not know the exact brand of it because you probably don't have like the box laying around, but it's supposed to be with this ivory soap. And basically when I microwaved it, it melted kind of and expanded, and so But then once you have had your soap like expand in the microwave, you are supposed to mix in a piece of paper and water if needed to help dissolve the paper into the soap and get everything fully mixed. Except for I did a 30-minute clip of doing this that I was going to put into a time lapse, and literally I cannot find it. It has like corrupted in my SD card or something, and I am so sorry. But basically the process went pretty smoothly. It took a lot of mixing, but basically I took my piece of paper and I put the ivory soap onto it and just started tearing up the paper and adding water until everything was mixed together, and this did work, but I'm so sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely had fun hanging out with you guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and I will see you guys over on one of the videos up on the screen. Bye, guys.